Yeah. Is he still in?
I think so. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Fantasy Golf TV with Jeff Deal. My sidekick today is the one and only PGA professional Gene Weldon.
I'm your wingman
The wingman.
There you go.
You certainly are. Good stuff.
today.
It's we're here to tell you all about fantasy golf and help you pick your teams. We are the fantasy golf gurus of Myrtle Beach and gaining ground here on the East Coast. We're doing good. Thanks for all the hits on Facebook and Twitter. And we're going to take a look back. A couple things we're going to do. Take a look back. Obviously, I always like to say can't move forward until you look back. And
Tough week.
it was a really tough
week. A lot of people didn't. They ended up with. One guy ended up with 2 players left that made the cut.
I had 2. 2 players. And I was leading in our league.
That's kind of why I asked for a dunce cap. I think we got a professor cap and a dunce cap. We can make that work.
It was a tough week. There's no question. I mean, now check this out. I was reading. I didn't realize this. Last week James Hahn won. When he won, he was 297 in the world. What do you think Padraig was? 297.
I imagine he was a little. He's played okay. I mean, he's
he won in Europe.
Yeah, he's won in Europe, but it's been 7 years since he won. Let's put it this way: nobody played him.
That's true.
Nobody, not in our league anyway.
But I just find out very funny that 2 weeks ago, the number 297 player on the world rankings wins. The following week, the number 297 player on the world rankings wins. So you realize when I pick my team this week, I'm going to look at that 297 slot. I'm going to see who it is, and he might go on my team just to follow a trend.
I'm gonna be looking for something else. Mr. Harrington Padraig predicted he was going to win before the tournament started.
Yeah, he.
What's that all about?
I would have thought you guys would have picked up on that.
At 297, I wasn't thinking.
I was working the golf show in Boston. I didn't hear any of the telecast. My room didn't have Golf Channel. What's that all about?
I didn't. Who would have thunk 297 2 weeks in a row? But listen, it was a great tournament. I mean, it really was another playoff. How many playoffs have we had? It's 15 weeks in from the wraparound, so we're 15 tournaments in. How many playoffs have there been? It's just been amazing. So
I don't have that number in front of me, but there have been quite a few.
There have. I mean, 3 in a row. So we're on a roll with that.
Well, we really need to get on this week.
Well, it's important.
Because it is tough.
We're going to look back, and I just want to look back a little bit more. Obviously, 2 of the guys, Poulter and Reed, and what was it, 2 shows ago, you sat there and you said, you can pick him. And I said, look out for Ian Poulter this year. And he is going to be strong. So, folks, get him on your team.
He's got the shanks.
He's he was.
You go ahead and pick him.
But the funny thing is, though, it was his putting that he worked on for 2 months in the off season, and he was strong with putting. And
let's face it, he's a great player. He's the face of the Ryder Cup team for the Europeans. There's no doubt about that.
Well, the funny thing is with Patrick Reed too. Again, Ryder Cup, and I thought Patrick when he failed, I thought Patrick Reed had it, and then he just chunked and went in the water, and it was just
depressing. Don't think he won't feed off of that. I expect him to play extremely
well
all week.
The funny thing is, I wrote something down, and talking about that, the biggest disappointments, I think, of Poulter and Reed, how they faltered. But my question to you, as an expert, is the adverse reactions or what's going to happen to these guys in their head. Obviously, Patrick Reed is coming into this week as a defending champion, isn't he? So
yeah,
I'm curious. Is it going to carry over, and Ian Poulter, is it going to carry over how they just faltered so bad? Or can they chalk it up to just the golf course being tough? I mean, the bear trap was tough. It is what it is. Except for Daniel Berger.
Yeah.
He went under par for the bag trap all 4 days.
That's pretty strong. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think Patrick has a good chance to defend his title. I think it will really make him concentrate more. He's not going to let it happen again.
Yeah. And I agree to that. I mean, these guys are just so strong. They're such good players. But I always worry about a mindset, and I think about that while I'm making my picks. And obviously, we look back now. Let's look forward. Trump National Doral. Trump is buying them all up, all the good courses. I haven't seen him in Myrtle Beach yet, but
Well, they're looking at 7,500 yards again, which makes it a Bombers golf course. I
Right.
mean, you got some players out there. I think the only one that's he's not a short hitter, but he's not up there with the big boys, and that's Kuchar. I think Kuchar's a good pick this week.
yeah, I already picked my team. You know, I do that. I put them all in just in case I get hit by a bus or something. And but I had him in, and then I just took him out this morning. I don't know. I was just looking at some stats from last year, but they lengthened the course. They lengthened number one 30 yards.
Yep.
What's really neat, what they did to the golf course is they made almost like a little amphitheater around number 9. It was really neat, and I saw it on some pictures this morning, and it's really nice. But everybody talks about 18 and stuff, but number 7 statistically is the most difficult hole on the golf course year in and year out, and it was again last year.
Well, just speaking of the golf course and how hard it's going to play, thank goodness they've got Bermuda greens. If they had bent grass greens, the stump meter would be off the chart.
Yeah.
But they're still going to play to about a 12. So keep in mind the guys that is it Bermuda? Yeah. Keep in
It's
mind
not
the
past
guy-
Palom.
No, but keep in mind the guys that play on it, that grew up on Bermuda greens.
Right.
It should enter into your thought process on who you pick this week.
I totally agree. Guys like Daniel Berger, I mean, he played so well last week. And did I say his name a couple of weeks ago too as one of my watch list guys? And
No.
you blew him off as well. Oh yeah.
Well, you should have heard
I
Jeff.
checked the tapes.
He could. Well, yeah. I can back it up. On my big fantasy league that we have with about 400 teams, we have Daniel Berger, but we pick 8 players and they play.
Right.
You can't pick but 8 for the year. So
Well, obviously we have some of the. I think this is the best field right now so far. You have
it's the first time since 2012 that the top 50 have been in it. I think the PGA got all top 50 in 2012, and you've got the top 50 players playing. And we got to figure out what happened to Casey. I don't think he qualified, or he qualified.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
he's
find out.
qualified and he's playing, but I think our pool didn't pick him up.
Well,
Yahoo
I
didn't
can-
get him.
I'll try to bring it up and because he wasn't there to be picked, and I was going to pick him. So, but I'll just check it here. He wasn't one
You
of my
were
going
gonna
to
pick him?
I was.
Let me scratch that one off in case it comes up.
I'm in second place, Gene. Come on, you're behind me. You're in 5th, right?
Here's how
Okay.
it's going,
Okay.
Jeff.
Okay.
Just pay attention now. Here you are. Here I am.
I did lay an egg
And
this
it's,
week. Listen,
it's just-
60
it's
points
starting to
this
slide
week.
that.
60 points I expect for my first
How
round.
far am I behind you point wise?
Not far at all.
Okay, that's
Not
great.
far at all.
Like I tell you, cream rises.
Yeah. Okay, so again, this week you got Rory, Adam, Jason Day, Henrik Stenson, Justin Rose. I mean, top players in the world.
Well,
Tough week.
and this is the time you got to start thinking about: do I play these big bombers that I've been playing? Probably more than I should already. If you want to go for a big week, then you got to go with the big guys because that's who's going to be at the top come
I
Sunday.
agree. Well, look at all the big guys. Like I think this week, everybody went with the big guys at the Honda Classic, and we all got dumped on. I mean, I read a stat:
Rory didn't play.
76% of all picks for the Honda Classic in the Golf Channel League that I'm in, 76% of the people picked Rory. So, I mean, that just, bam, missed the cut. Like 72% picked Dustin Johnson, missed the cut. So, hence 60 points this week.
Well, but you got to look at it another way. If you want to look at McIlroy's form, we know he did not play well in his last event, but you can't leave somebody like that on the bench. I mean, off your team. You can leave him on the bench, but you can't leave him off the team.
Right. Right.
Not play on a golf course like that.
Well, obviously, you want to look at your statistics. You want to look at experts. I mean, you love the Roto World website. I'm okay with it. I read a lot of information. I read a lot of blogs.
It can confuse you. It'll take you off of the people that you like, and that'll really aggravate you when you don't pick. They're picking all bombers, and you were looking at maybe Jordan Spieth, and you don't pick him because of what you read, and then he goes out and lights it up. And that kid can do that.
There's one stat. Go to pgtour.com. There's one stat that everybody needs to look at, and that's strokes gained in putting.
Mm-hmm.
That is a key stat
Who's leading it?
for who's leading it. And right now it was Daniel Berger, I think. So, yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, in the Honda tournament, it was Ian Poulter.
Right.
He led. So, and then he faltered after with 5 holes to go, 4 holes to go. The bear trap will get you, man. I've never
The
played a golf
shank will
course.
get you.
I have never.
It doesn't matter what kind
That
of
was
hole
on
you're playing.
15, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. Have you played Doral?
No.
It's different now. It's different. Anyway, so read your expert plays. I mean, who's in current form. Research the golf course. I did. I researched the golf course a little bit. They've changed it. They've lengthened it. They've made a couple of changes on hole number 9. Like I said, the amphitheater they built. 18 and 9 mirror each other. They're very close to each other. So there's going to be, those first 2. If you're a double T, then it's crazy. But here it's only top 70 players in the world, right? At play. So
Yeah, and there's no cut. I think
There's no
it
cut.
might be 78 players, but
Yeah.
there's no cut.
right. So
It's 70-something.
So they're single team and they're coming around. So it's a great spot to watch the event between 18 and 9. But get into some picks. We already are 12 minutes into the show. So
Why don't we do 3 each? And if we have the same ones, that's fine. You do one, I'll do one, and we'll go down 3. And
I think this
can we
is
get these written down?
this is.
I don't
remember,
want you coming back in here telling me about how you pick so and so and whatever. Let's
remember,
get it written down.
You
Go
can
ahead.
constantly watch these shows on YouTube and Ustream and Roku and Blueberry and the Myrtle Beach Golf app, so you can hear it and see it all the time. So we're out there for the folks, not only just live but in Memorex, as they used to say. I'm gonna go out on a limb, like you said once, and pick the best player in the world. But I'm going to give you one name right now. Put on your team. Jamie Donaldson. That's not out on a limb. Jamie Donaldson. He's playing very well.
Can I get some help on that one?
This
really?
is funny.
I don't want to give my.
Who's on the team that I set Sunday night?
Jamie Donaldson.
Thank you. Okay, we're
I went to the professor for some help earlier today, Jeff, if you got to know, okay? And he gave me some tips. And
You're
yeah.
getting better. You might scare me a little bit. Not much, but you're getting better. I like that.
He told me he's coming for you, boss. I don't know.
Well, you see my team right there. I have it up. It's Phil Mickelson, right? All of a sudden, everybody's dissing him last week. I mean, he is nowhere to be found. And what does he do?
He played well.
He played very
He's
well.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
You never know what he's going to do.
So he's
You know what he's going to do in the U.S. Open, but you don't know what he's going to, elsewhere.
He's finished strong in the U.S. Open. Not all
He's
of them.
finished weak in a lot of them. And I like Phil. Don't misunderstand me. I do. I hope he wins the Open this year so bad. I do.
Those are my old Callaway days. I'm a big Phil fan. He's going to be on my team. So I gave you 2 right there.
Mickelson?
Yeah. Phil's going to be on my team. Yeah. I think he's riding a high right now. I'm just riding a high. That's all. I'm riding a high. So I got Phil. I got Jamie Donaldson on my team. And I'm going to put Rory in there as well.
Okay.
I think Rory will bounce back a little
those
bit.
are your-
Did you hear what he shot in the in a practice round, or it was a little event he played?
62, Seminole.
Come on.
Well, you going to slide one by me? Come on.
No, I'm asking you.
62,
Yeah.
Seminole.
So he's back.
Yeah.
The Seminoles,
The wind wasn't blowing.
not
The man
Doral.
hits a high ball. And have you already checked the weather before you write him on your sheet?
I haven't.
Don't write him on your sheet until you check the weather. It's going to be mild. It's going to be not even breezy. I don't think a little bit of wind.
Okay.
But as high as he hits that ball,
You heard it, folks. That's the expert right there. He knows what he's talking about. Although I am leading him in our league right now.
what part of this don't you understand? You always move forward, okay? That's what I said. I told
I
you.
am.
No, you're not. You dropped back last week.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Everybody did.
I didn't. I moved up 2 spots. No, actually, I moved up 4.
You did.
I was in 9th and
You
9th
played
and
well.
5th.
It was you and two other guys had very good weeks, and then the rest of us, most of us, just fell. It was a shame.
Again, cream rises.
You moved up, Gene. You moved up 2 spots. But
I
if
moved
you,
up 2 spots the last day. I moved up 4 spots for the.
But if you look at the week, a lot of people just stayed where they were because everybody had bad weeks.
Not everybody.
Well, you moved up 2 spots, so that's good. You're gradually coming up. Yeah, you're doing good.
Y'all make sure you stay tuned
You
to
and
this
Brian.
next week.
And Jimmy
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Jimmy. Well, all right. So I gave you some guys. We're running
Yeah,
out of
well,
time.
We're
Who do
the
you have?
same. We're the same on Donaldson, right?
Okay.
We both picked him. I had a backup.
Did you put
Choice.
your team in yet? See, I'm the administrator of this league. I can see it.
You know, I know that, and it bothers me.
No, I can't see it. I can't see it. Once you lock your team in and everybody can, nobody
Yeah.
can pick anymore. That's when I can see
That's
it.
what our commissioner said last year.
I can't see it
Weasel.
until tea time. I can't see
It was, you know, there were so many, and you know, a lot of times we had the same picks, and I just never did buy that, but we did. We had the same exact picks.
So what are you copying me?
No. I'm talking about
Oh,
my
the
commits
last week.
last year. Okay, I'm gonna throw out. Donaldson's not an obvious one. It is to me, but it's not to everybody else. So I
Right,
agree
and that's
with
why
you
I threw that
wholeheartedly.
out there first. I mean, the
And
obvious ones are Rory and
Obviously, Rory. I'm not gonna,
Dustin and
I'm not going to go with Mickelson. I'm really not. But I think Matt Kuchar is somebody you need to look at. Write that one down.
yeah, Matt's a good pick, no
Matt
doubt.
Kuchar.
Yep.
Bubba's so scary, but I like him. I like Bubba. I've played him too much already this year, but I only have certain tournaments that I'll play him in, so I think I'm okay. I'm going to put Bubba on my list. So
I'm in
we're good.
trouble with Patrick Reed. I have him on my team now, but I've picked him a lot. You know, he played that West Coast swing a lot and
Well,
in
he's,
Hawaii.
you know, he's almost number 5 in the world in his mind. So, you know, and after saying that, he's my pick.
All right, I'm going to give the folks. He's the pick to win.
I think he's my dark horse.
Oh,
He's
oh,
not
okay.
really a dark horse, but I'm gonna have Patrick Reed in my lineup. I'm gonna have Bubba in my lineup. I'm gonna have Matt Kuchar in my lineup.
Well,
And other than that, that's all you're getting out of me.
Okay, who's gonna win the tournament? I never asked you that.
It'll either be Bubba or Patrick.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give the folks just what I'm looking at here, and anybody could see this information. You go to Fantasy Golf on Yahoo, and you can dial into our TGD our radio TV league, and you can look at the experts, what they're picking. Most Yahoo users, 53% have Rory on their team, and that's the A list, and then Sergio as well. The B list, everybody's got, 49%'s got Dustin Johnson, Justin Rose, Graham McDowell, and Lee Westwood. Something's not right about Graham McDowell yet. I haven't picked him yet this year, and I got to wait and see on him. And then on the C list players, 42% have Keegan Bradley, and 37% have picked Patrick Reed. So not as many as I thought for Patrick Reed.
Keegan?
Keegan Bradley, yes. So he's
not on my radar.
no.
No.
Keeps it low, drives it well.
He's about as inconsistent as anybody out there right
Yes,
now.
he's got to change his shoes, man. They're just out there. I think it's a glare. There's a glare of this. So, but no, remember he's using that shorter putter now. So
That's why he's not on my radar.
yeah, I've picked him a couple times this year, and he's gotten me points. So, we'll get to our league here. I want to bring up some golfer performance and for a week 9, just to see. It's funny how we were talking about golfer distribution earlier before the show, and then points week to week, and it's important that you're gaining ground. In our league, there's 3 segments, 12 weeks in each segment. A winter we're in, we're almost done with that. Going to get into a spring league and then summer, and how you gain your points, and it's really important that you gain them. And I think it's important for the folks to how they pick. You have a perfect. I think you're very great. I think you're one of the best players we have on our league, although you're still in 5th. Listen, it's sorry, Gene.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun
Stay the
next
course.
week.
I think back. Listen, I was at George Bush days. Remember, you used to say, "Stay the course. Stay the course." Control what you want to do. Don't just throw your guns out week after week. And I think I'm going to be in trouble because to keep up with you, and I have stayed ahead of you. I've done that, and I see myself getting in trouble later in the season because I've thrown guns out there week after week. And I think I got 5 picks left for Patrick Reed, and that's trouble.
Oops.
That's big trouble. So, folks, listen, stay the course, do your research, pick the Jamie Donaldsons. They're going to get you points. Points are important. The guys that finish strong are important. They don't always have to win. So
He finished second last year.
Yeah.
How many people knew that?
Yeah. That's good stuff. Gene does his research. Jeff, what do you have? 1, 2 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah, take a couple minutes there, man. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Folks, listen, get on our league too. TGD Radio TV. That's the name of the league that I'd like anybody to join. It's free. I want you to check it out on yahoo.com. Go to Yahoo Fantasy Golf, and TGD Radio. That's the group. That's the league, and then the group ID is 7491. We'd love to have a lot of players in there. Just see what you can do. Beat us week to week. This one I am leading, by the way. Not by much.
It's the same picks.
I got almost as many.
Well, I
points.
know, but it's different people in this league. There's different people.
This is the only week I can say that I got almost the same amount of points you did. Okay, I only had one guy left in the tournament at the end.
All right, let's come up with a new segment on this show.
The Godfather's gaining ground a little bit. You have a new segment?
A new something that we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay. Who are you leaving off your team that scares you the most, and why? You want me to start?
Sure.
I don't like a ball striker like Heinrich Stenson not being on my team, but I'm not going to play him. But I think it's going to. I think it's going to hurt me for not doing it. I just can't pull the trigger on him. He's a great ball striker. He's coming into form. He's not playing badly.
That's called lack of guts.
Well, he's number 4.
That's what this segment is called. Lack of guts.
That's
Wait a
cool.
minute. Okay.
That's cool. I got no problem with that. But it lets you know that one backup guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
I like
okay?
I like this.
You want to know? You want to know? You don't want to know my guy?
Now you got to leave him off if you're going to put him in this. So be aware of that.
Okay.
All right. Who does it bother you to leave off?
I'm going to leave Dustin off.
I'm not.
I'd call that guts.
I would too.
Well, only because I'm saving him. I've used him a lot since he's back. I've used him every week he's back, so I'm using him up, and he's going to play a lot of golf. So I will tell you, Stenson. I did print out some Vegas odds. Stenson is 28-1. Dustin is 18-1. Bubba is 14-1.
Who's the favorite? Rory?
Boston. Bubba. Bubba's
Bubba
14,
is ahead of
14-1.
Rory.
Ahead of Rory. Rory is he's down. Where is he? Rory is he's down.
Vegas,
not on my first
Vegas better
page.
be careful on that one.
Yeah. Rory is
He's on the second page?
Yeah. Where is he? I don't even see him here.
I guarantee you he's up there with Bubba.
He's got to be. I printed this morning, so he's not on my first page. He's not there.
I could promise you he's there somewhere. He might not be on your page. That might be your printer. I don't know.
I'm going to look into that, folks. I'm sorry about that. He's definitely got to have better odds than not being on a page.
Have we got somebody that can pull that up right quick?
I can really check really fast, I think, depending on how good I am.
I'll say this while he's checking. On my team for this coming week,
Yes, sir.
3 of my 4 starters I've never picked before, and 2 of my bench I've never used before.
Are they good players?
No. Yeah,
Well,
they're all
gotta
good,
be
man.
They got to be good players
Yeah,
to
they're
be
good-
playing in this
They're
event.
good players, but I started looking at some of the ones like Jeff had said that he played a lot, and I started saying, you know what, I need to start getting some of these other guys in there and saving some of the guns for later.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thought process. But
Rory is this website shows him 19-4. Bubba is 27-2, and Jason Day is 16-1 odds.
so when you do the division, where does that put Rory?
He's leading. He's
I
leading.
knew you left it off.
I didn't leave it. That's what I printed. Yeah, I guess maybe there is a spot there that it didn't print right. Sorry about that. So he is going on my team, even though
We might make mistakes, but Vegas doesn't.
and you know why he's going on my team? He hasn't played, so thank God he was home and
Resting.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks folks for joining us. Hopefully we helped you. We did a lot of bickering today, but
It's always a lot of fun.
it's
we're not going to do any bickering next week.
No, I think this starts it. This is a great week, folks. It's only 70 players. It's not a 144 field tournament that you have a
Okay.
lot. It's 70 of the top players in the world. So it's difficult to an extent, but you can get points this week. This is important. So do your research, get your picks in, and we'll talk about it next Tuesday. Remember, TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about golf course conditions, specials, and much more. There's a lot of specials still out there. Getting into peak golf season, but it's important. I know Dave is in the back. Please give him a call to book your next golf vacation. 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-646-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for your listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on a show you missed, click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices. That's crazy. 1 billion devices. We're at iTunes, AutoRealm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, and the Myrtle Beach Golf app. So check that out as well. My name is Jeff Deal, Gene Weldon, PGA Professionals. We are here for you. So we will see you next week, and we'll talk about the Honda Classic. The WGC. Take care.